Welcome. Here for another one. Where my horns at?
Happy New Year.
Where my horns at, fam?
Happy New Year, motherfucker.
No, I left the speaker in the basement from the party. My bad.
This motherfucker here ain't got my horn.
That's what Chips is supposed to do anyway.
Word, that's supposed to be his job when he don't hear them come automatically in. Slacking. What's good with everybody, man? How y'all doing?
Yeah, my bad. I'm eating.
It's been a good day.
Chilling, man. 2019.
How y'all bought your New Year?
Chips.
What you said?
I said 2019. New Year. Same old chips.
New Year. Same Dulce.
Same TC. You know.
Well, Dulce I see back there, Chips?
Oh, yeah, I got it on there.
Oh, yeah.
Got it on there.
Yo, he zoomed in himself. He was like, wait a minute.
I know Dulce when I see it.
He said, I know that brown anywhere.
Word.
That's a different type of brown.
But, you know, I'm still working on the yak. You know what I mean? We're going to drink this the rest of the show.
I brought the New Year in with the family. I ain't do much. Kept it nice and simple. And it was nasty out, too.
Okay, what about you, PH?
Stayed in the crib, man. Watch Madison and the dog run in circles. You know how they do. Cat dog. That's all it was.
I know my man Chips had a shindig.
Now, yeah, little something, you know, regular. Had the in-laws up. Same shit we do every year. I wanted to make it kind of big, but the weather was whack. You know, the planning wasn't as what it should be.
Okay.
So next year I'm gonna try to do it to bring in 2020. I'm trying to have a big party. So, you know, we'll do it like that next year or this year rather.
That'll give me a reason to come up there because the girl was talking about she wanted to be somewhere for the holidays next year. She was like, we don't really got nothing here. We just need to go somewhere. I'm like, go somewhere or
put it on the calendar.
Go somewhere.
Yo, fam, don't be calling her the girl.
We're gonna touch on that. We're gonna touch on it. It's a good episode.
You're right. Naima wanted to go somewhere. She actually, you know what?
You had to say her name. You just was like the girl.
Nah, I did that because it's funny you said that because she hit me after the last episode. And I was like, you know, my girl, you know, my baby. She was like, damn, I ain't got no name. You don't never say mine.
You gotta claim hers, man.
I was like, yo, don't nobody say that girl name. She said, Albert said Risa. Oh my God. Okay. My bad.
Put it out there. Put it all the way out there.
Ain't got no choice. But no, we ain't do nothing this year, man. We cooked up some steaks, some salmon, some taters, and we just chilled in the crib, man. Living room, watching TV. Ain't do much. But yeah, first episode of the new year. Welcome back, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Everybody was on vacation, so sorry if you missed us last week. We apologize. But we back in full effect.
And full effect. Pop
dropped the ball.
You know, Pop got it in his other man cave, you know.
Yo, can we start?
My bad, you're right.
Wesley?
So let's just get it rolling.
So we're gonna jump into, obviously we are in prime time playoff mode in the NFL. We've already had a couple of games rolling in. Some big upsets. People got teams losing that was not expected, so to speak. But let's touch on it, man. Right now, this weekend, we got Colts facing the Chiefs. which I think is going to be a very big game. We're going to really see what those Chiefs is about because the Colts is the hottest team in the league right now.
You think they more?
Shout out to PH. Shout out to PH.
Yeah, I do. I do. On like the way like their defense like completely shut down Houston. Yeah. We got the Chargers against the Patriots. We already know who PH want to win.
I can't say nothing.
We got the Rams against the Cowboys.
Mr. Green, we're gonna get on that. We're gonna talk about them Cowboys, Mr. Green.
And then we got the Saints going up against those Eagles. Found a way to make it into the playoffs and found a way to keep on going, man. Nick Foles.
Cody Parkey. Cody Parkey, fam.
Cody Upright Parkey. Pause. Well, let's start it off. Chips, what you think, man? What you got?
As far as the recap goes, there was a lot of contested games. The one game that really shocked me was the Bears game. Obviously, I thought the Bears was going to have a much easier game than they did. I didn't have faith in the Eagles, although they had the man Nick Foles, the legend, the myth, playing quarterback. And I kind of felt bad. I felt real bad for the Bears, man, because to have the season they did, to come out of nowhere like they did, to make the moves they made during during the season, and to come down and have your season end on a missed field goal, that gotta be tough. It was the sixth time he did that.
One too many.
And it was somebody. Yeah, like that's. It came up, like I was speaking to a lot of people about that, and it's something that I don't understand. When teams call a timeout, why not just stop your kick? Like, why kick it? Like, why go through with the kick?
I think it might depend because it's almost like a pitcher, right? When they call timeout, sometimes they still let it go because you could fuck your leg up or your arm up.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Like,
if you could pull something trying to stop.
If you in mid-kick, you can't just pull up and stop.
So just go through with the motion, just don't kick the ball.
At that point, you might as well just kick it. It's like a practice.
Yeah, like do your motion. I don't know, man. I wouldn't kick it, man.
Then just kick this shit.
You see what that motion got Parkey?
Well, it got blocked, honestly. So,
but yeah. So it was kind of heartbreaking, and if I was a Bears fan, I probably would have died. But,
you ain't see some of the people walking out with the Instagram?
I saw him for sure.
Listen, dog, I got a dude that's a Bears fan in my circle. He in one of my chats. Yo, Gels, I'm sorry to bring this back up. When I say he left the group chat like 3 times, like
motherfuckers kept inviting him back. Like, nah, come back.
Oh no, you coming back here? No, sir. You gonna get this smoke?
And my other dark horse, the Ravens. I hate they had to go up against the Chargers. But that kind of came out how I thought it would come out. PH's coach, like I said, shout out to PH. They had an easy game for me. I really never had faith in the Texans like that. Texans started out kind of slow. So I never got the faith in the momentum that they was gaining. But shout out to the coach. And then the Cowboys and Seahawks, a really good game, 22-24. I think the Cowboys did everything that they needed to do to win that game. Zeke gave them a solid game. I think he had 100 and change rushing. They had 100 and some yards out of Cooper, and Dak played an efficient game. I think he was something for like 23 for 33 or something like that passing. So they played a complete all-around game. I still don't think that they go far. I think they lose the next game. So I think the wild card games for me was a little bit more competitive than I thought it would be, but it was a good wild card round. So looking forward to the next round in the NFL playoffs. What you got, Pop?
So with the Colts and the Texans, I don't really give them too much props because there was no real weapons on the field for the Texans. You stop Hopkins, you pretty much win the game at that point. Demaryius Thomas was out, Fuller been out for the year. There was no other threats out there. I'm not taking away from they still had to execute and they still had to perform, but I wasn't too impressed by it.
Yeah, they stopped Hopkins because he killed my FanDuel.
Oh, you and I both. I gotta give it to the Cowboys, man. I really thought the Seahawks was gonna win. My wife is a Cowboys fan, so we watched the game. I think she was doing like the the reverse psychology, like, oh, they're gonna get destroyed. I'm like, why destroyed? They might lose, but why they gonna get destroyed?
She was trying to will a victory by reverse psychology.
But Dak played well. Amari Cooper played well. They big three on offense play well, and they defense, they just don't give up too much. Not getting big plays on them.
So to touch on that, because I definitely, I agree their defense is huge. Initially, everybody was killing the Cowboys for that Van Der Esch pick. Is it safe to say now that was a steal? The way he's been playing?
No, it's just I think everybody else was retarded. Yeah. They just said what was the realest.
Because
the way him and Smith are playing together.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Him and Jalen Smith, they might be like one of the best combo linebackers in the league, man.
And Sean Lee is actually healthy for a change at this late in the season.
Sean Lee healthy, but he healthy because he on the bench. He ain't getting no burn.
That's true. I don't know, man. I feel like the Bears should have won, but last episode I spoke about Trubisky, Mahomes, Watson. This their first playoff run. It's a couple guys that never been here before, and regular season is 0-0. Everybody record 0-0 right now. So that don't mean nothing. I'm a pass this to PH, but me and PH gonna be on the same. We hit PH. Phillip Rivers, I need you to show up this weekend one time in your life, because you got the defense. They got the defense to hold the Patriots. He's just gonna do something stupid like he almost did last week.
Yo, why would you even put that out in the universe, B?
Because he's Phillip Rivers.
I don't care.
Yeah,
you just think about it in your head. Don't talk it out. Talk it out loud. So.
Right, my bad. Take it over.
Anyway, go to my Colts. Shout out to my man Andrew Luck, which I figured they was gonna win that game anyway. Not handily like they did, but that Colts team is different, man.
Stop it. Different?
Yes, they are. I'm talking about from what they usually are. They built up that offensive line. Andrew Luck.
Oh, okay.
16 times this year. The defense is playing good. And it's always been about Andrew Luck staying off the ground. He always get hit a lot. And now that he's not getting hit, he's healthy and being able to make these throws.
They got a good offensive line now. They took the time.
They built that offensive line from the ground up, man. And even with what's the guy that got from Notre Dame? They was even picking on them for picking him kind of high.
Quentin Nelson?
Quentin Nelson, yeah.
Yeah.
Were they? I thought that was
that was a good pick. That was a real good pick.
Yeah, but I could have swore back when they was picking him, they were saying that he shouldn't.
They was talking. Nah. It was for the Giants. It was a quarterback, Saquon, or him. That was the three.
He was the best offensive lineman in that draft last year.
Yeah, I know he was, but I think they're gonna keep rolling and go to that AFC Championship game against the Chargers, because
Their defense ain't that good, man.
You think they could beat the Chiefs? You think they got enough?
I'm rolling with the rush, fam. I'm keeping it going, son. I'm going down with the ship. It's like the Titanic, boy.
I hear you.
And the band.
I think I'm gonna ride with PH on that one, y'all. I'm gonna ride with PH on that one.
Nah, I can't see it.
Pressure bust pipes, dog. Mahomes ain't been to the playoffs.
That's another thing. Them not being in the playoffs, and that team is totally different now that your man is where he is sitting home on the couch, wishing he could get back in the game. So I really think they're gonna pull that victory out. I don't even want to talk about the Chargers and Patriots game. You already know where I'm going with that. But
you got
pure hate.
You believe Phillip Rivers?
Of course, Phillip Rivers.
No, do you believe in him?
Yes, I believe in him. I believe in that defense.
Is that a real answer?
I believe in Phillip Rivers as long as Melvin Gordon can stay on the field 90% of the time.
PA said positive reinforcement.
Yeah, that's what it is. But all right,
shut your mouths, both of y'all.
My bad.
NFC games, I mean, I'm looking forward to them, but not really. That Cowboys and Saints and I don't know. I'm just not as hyped for the NFC games like I am for the AFC games. I really like the matchups for the AFC. One, because of pure hate, and two, because I'm feeling the Colts this season.
Okay. Well, Cowboys won their one playoff game in the last 5 years. That's all they're getting. They're not winning another one.
All right. Kudos. Good job. All right.
Yeah, exactly. Word. Good job.
About time.
So I don't see that happening. I think the Eagles are going to give the Saints a very, very hard time. Like,
I don't know. Sean Payton put that bounty out there.
Yo.
Told him, come get this.
Yo, it's going so work. You ain't learned from bounty gate before?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I feel like if it's close going into the fourth, the edge is going to go to the Eagles, personally. If the Saints come out rolling and they like smacking them, the Eagles ain't coming back. It's just not happening. Chargers, I think the Chargers are going to either blow the Patriots out or same situation, lose a close one. For some reason, I feel like the Patriots just, when you expect it the least, they just get it done for some reason. Like, I don't understand why. And I agree with VH. I think the Colts got it. I think the Colts are going to have the formula right now. They've been rolling. Their defense is playing unbelievable right now. Like, Darius Leonard, if he was playing this way from the beginning of the year, he'd be in consideration for a defensive rookie of the year.
He leading the league.
He's the defensive rookie of the year.
Is he for the league in tackles?
Yeah, he lead the league in tackles.
Yeah.
And he had 7 sacks and 3 picks.
So you would select him over Derwin James or Denzel Ward?
Yeah.
Maybe not Derwin James.
Nah, I would. He's been under the radar because the Colts didn't start off good. They came on.
I mean, the Browns never been good.
I don't know. That's why I said maybe Derwin James. I would pick him over. Definitely Ward. I pick him over Ward.
I feel like it's close. I feel like I give the edge to either one of those two just because of turnovers. You know what I mean? Like impacting the game as far as turnover wise. But consistency, tackles wise, he's it. Like he's all over the field.
Man, he forced fumbles, caught picks. He caused a lot of turnovers too, man. Darius Leonard is definitely up there, man.
I didn't say he was. I say he up there.
You just or Denzel Ward because that's who you wanted your quarterback to be.
All right. So with us going into playoffs, since PH gonna bring that shit up. Obviously, it's the same thing every year. Teams suck, and they fire their coaches. Coincidentally, a lot of black coaches lost their jobs in this offseason or once the season was over. What do you guys think as far as, with coaches losing their jobs? Like Bruce Arians immediately got a head coaching gig in Tampa Bay after blatantly talking shit, saying, "I only want to coach the Browns."
Yeah, the Browns said, "Nah, well, we don't want you, fam."
And like the best consideration is Todd Bowles for defensive coordinator. Like, did Todd Bowles even get considered for any other head coaching jobs? Like,
no.
I mean, he did move pretty quickly. So I don't know if he even had a chance to be considered. But I'm with you though. I'm with you.
Because I mean, isn't that the Rooney Rule? Like, before they make a decision, don't they have to interview at least one minority coach or something like that?
They might have.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they. That's kind of why I think that rule is bullshit. Because
all they did was interview the assistant.
They interviewed the towel manager and was like, "Yeah, he's just not the right fit for our offense."
It ain't. Yeah, it ain't. It's like they can interview who they want. They can pick any Tom, Dick, and Harry off the street. They interview them and say, "Well, we interviewed a minority."
They was like, "He signed this book saying that you came in."
Exactly. Get up out of here, fam.
Well, what do y'all think, man? Like, obviously not enough owners or general managers that are of minority in the NFL.
And that was only 2 black coaches then.
So what do y'all think, man?
I think that it's never going to change. I think the NFL was just different from other sports. It's for some reason I can draw my own conclusion. I'm gonna say for some reason it's just not looked at as the minorities are the guys that can come up with good schemes and good playbooks and call good plays. That's just not what they're looked at as. Why is that? I don't know. But I did see that Jim Caldwell was being considered for somebody's job. I forgot.
Like Jim Caldwell is out there. I think it was.
But what I will say, not to get off of that, is aside from black coaches not being hired and all of that, I'm tired of these guys getting, and they're mostly white, getting 4 or 5 chances at head coaching jobs when they sucked though. It wasn't even like like they were bad. Like who did Jets just sign as a coach?
Adam fucking Gase.
I knew the answer to that.
I don't know if that's fair though, but I'm gonna touch on it when I speak.
Do you think?
Now, the reason why I don't know if that's fair for the Adam Gase, I'm not a Jets fan, right? But the man did bring Miami out from the slums, right? Your boy Tannehill did show some sparks while he was being coached by Adam or whatever. What's his name? What's his last name? Gates?
Gates.
Yeah. So, I think that's why the Jets went that route. Because they really wanted to find a coach that will really relate to the quarterback. And Mike McCarthy, unfortunately, he just had this supposedly riff with Aaron Rodgers. So after that, who really was you going to do? Who was you really going to pick to help develop your quarterback, your young quarterback? So go ahead.
Before you jump in, PH, Todd Bowles and whoever else, right? When these guys are put in situations with rookie quarterbacks and bad teams, like what do they expect these guys to do? Like what are they looking?
No, that I agree with.
How many different quarterbacks has Todd Bowles had over the last 4 years? Like he hasn't had a legitimate team for 2 years straight. Forget 3 years or 4 years straight. 2 years straight. But go ahead, PH. I just don't like. I don't like when they don't get a real chance. But at least he had his 4 years.
I wouldn't say that because Todd Bowles, Fitzmagic was wilding for him.
All right.
That season.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. But it wasn't like he was a quarterback of the future, and then you get the quarterback of the future.
He was an old quarterback. He didn't have. Yeah. He didn't get that chance with that young quarter. Like he really should have gotten a chance with Donald, and see if he, not 1, 2, but 2. I would say 3 years minimum to see if he can help grow him. That's a fair shot.
My only issue with that is nothing else stayed dominant. You know what I mean? Like with that defense that they have a really good defense.
Well, they started off good, but they were still a young team. They were still a young team. They started off the year decent with, people was like, oh, look at the Jets, how they playing. Donald was looking like he was the pick. So they was rolling, and then they hit it.
So I feel like he should have gotten a shot at another head coaching gig, but I feel like he lost that team this year. I feel like they gave up on him. They stopped fighting for him. The defense stopped fighting. Outside of the rookie quarterback, which obviously I agree, yeah, give him some time to develop, give him some time to grow and, build into that system. But when everything else around that, which is like, that should be like the only excuse, you know what I mean? Like a rookie quarterback. And when everything else around that is crumbling, it's kind of hard because it's like you don't want to taint that rookie quarterback as well. So I don't know. PH, talking about your Jets, and you got on a Dolphins do-rag.
First and foremost, fuck you. But I was never big on Todd Bowles because he just was you never seen any emotion out of him. He always had like a straight face, never showed like I never even looked like he don't even look like he yell at anybody.
He was the cool coach.
He sound like you know how Jerk always have just that one tone. That's what Todd Bowles seemed like to me. So he don't yell, he don't get angry, he just talks in one tone every time, son. But on the other hand, the Jets scrapped and got rid of everything possible on that team, and this was supposed to be the rebuild year. Now, when white coaches get a rebuild year, they get this year, they get next year, and then they get the year after that. Again, I'm not big on Todd Bowles, but you gave him crap really to deal with this season. No real running back, no real receivers, no real playmakers on this team, but you think Sam Darnold's going to come in there and just light up the town. Now, the Browns drafted your boy Baker Mayfield, and they put weapons around him, traded to get some people. And even with that situation, his coach got fired.
Word. And they was winning for the Browns.
I was about to say they wasn't winning, but yeah.
No, they was yeah. For the Browns, they was winning. And the main thing about them, even though they was losing, they was competitive in almost all of their games.
I think that was more of a power move than we're losing or you're not gonna make us better. I think I forgot his name, but I think between him and the offensive coordinator,
they got rid of both of them.
Yeah, I think the GM was like, if this is what y'all gonna do, fuck it, we don't need either one of y'all. Like, it's not like y'all making us that much better anyway. So I'm gonna clean house. I'm gonna put this defensive coordinator in as the head coach, and at the end of the year, we're gonna see what we got anyway. I think that was a power move by the GM.
And that was another thing. With Todd Bowles, like Pop said, man, we had, I think, what was the coach 4 years? He had like 3 offensive coordinators.
Yeah.
It was always a shuffle every season with the Jets. Now,
That be the excuse too for teams, so that they can save face with the head coach. They get rid of the coordinators, like, oh, well, that was the problem, not the coach.
Well, man, listen, they needed to get rid of everything with the Jets. You know what? Just blow up the whole team, just kill everybody.
Send Jamal Adams to San Francisco.
No. We keeping him. That's what we started with, right? We started from the ground up with him, son.
Let me touch on that, and then I want to dive a little deeper into the black head coaches.
Hold on, fam. Hold on. I had one more thing to say about the black coaches.
Go ahead, brother.
Another thing, like Pop said, you know, everybody has a label when it comes to white coaches. There's no QB whisperer as a black coach. There's no defensive guru as a black coach.
No. There's defensive.
That's the one thing.
That's the one thing black coaches get credit for is being the good.
That's right. I'll take the defensive back, but there's no offensive guru as a black coach. There's nobody puts black coaches on pedestals like they do with these white guys, and I think it's like all of the analysts and all of the people talking about coaches and people doing the game plays. They don't talk about black coaches, but they always talk about the white coaches up and coming. Like, I didn't even know what is his name? Adam Foote, the linebacker that used to play. He used to be in the league. Yeah. He is nice as a coach. I didn't even know he was a coach in the league. And they was talking about he should have got an interview for something this season. And again,
it says what though?
He's a defensive coordinator or a defensive linebackers coach or something like that. But it don't matter.
That's what he did.
But it don't matter.
Like, what was the dude from the Steelers? I think he like linebackers coach now or defensive coach now. He was the linebacker on the Steelers. I forgot his name. Oh my gosh.
I think that's the same person.
He had got into the he was a part of when Pac-Man had got suspended when they was on the field fighting, and he was one of the coaches on the field.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what his name is.
Yeah, go ahead, PH. My bad.
Yeah, but that's what they were saying. Marvin Lewis got his job because he got pushed up after the Ravens Super Bowl, and the same thing with oh man, what's the Steelers coach name?
Tomlin.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin. He wasn't an offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I couldn't get that name out of my head. He got pushed up ahead, but that was like the only situations where they went from like not a defensive coordinator or offensive coordinator straight to a head coach. I think we just got to do better in propping up our coaches. And
Joey Porter.
Yeah. I thought they just fired him.
They might have, but I know he been on their coaching staff for at least 3 years now.
Yeah, I think they just got rid of him. For what reason, I don't know. But like I said, we just got to do better propping up our coaches and getting them to a better position. It's got to fight.
That's it.
So to touch on the Jets situation, it would have been better if either when they hired that new GM, hire a new coach, get rid of Todd Bowles then. I think it's really unfair that you keep Todd Bowles as the coach with a young quarterback and then fire him after year one. Point blank. Anything beyond that is unfair. You need to give him at least 2 to 3 years to see what he can do with that young quarterback. If you don't, you might as well just let him go the year before. Because it wasn't no way, I don't know who in the hell thought that he was going to come and lead them to the playoffs. That was always out the question. So unless you as an owner or a GM is like, oh, like Ethan said, the team gave up on you, they disrespecting you, you can't lead these men. Anything outside of that is unfathomable to how, you can fire him after year one with that team. With that being said, I think I'm going to dig a little deeper to the black head coach thing. if you compare the NFL to, or if you compare football to basketball, all right, football is a heavily dominated, a heavily Southern dominated sport over the East, all right. In high school, in college, or is East, West, North, or whatever, it's Southern based, and most of the coaches, not all of them, most of the coaches are white down there, all right. Whereas in basketball, a lot of the coaches are African American or minorities. So I think in order for the NFL to change, in order for these minority coaches to start getting more respect in the NFL, it has to start on the lower levels first. It has to start in the college game. It has to start in the high school game. And these coaches need to start repping the dominant schools, the dominant AAU programs in order to get respect. Until that happens, I don't think the NFL changes one bit. Because even when they go outside of the NFL rankings as coaches to pick, if there's not a solid enough pool for them to grab from of minority coaches, they're always going to go to the white coaches. The Nick Sabans is going to be spoken about. The Harbaughs is going to be spoken about. Whoever. So until the lower level changes and it's a bigger pool for NFL teams to dive into, I don't think it's going to change. So I think even though, there are black defensive coordinators or O-line coaches or whatever, the minority is still a low number. So, it's going to be those 1, 2s, or 3s to get picked from that bunch. But when you compare it to the rest of the league, it's not going to compare at all. The numbers are going to be greatly unbalanced. You know what I mean? So I think in order for the NFL to change, we need to start working on the college rankings and the high school rankings, and work on that, and then that'll lead into the NFL changing.
I think Chip's making an excellent point. I think you two guys, PH and Chris, could answer this better. But from my knowledge and my experience, college coaches, no matter, I can't speak for every sport. NBA, basketball and football, a lot of the times the college coaches are guys that was on a college team, but they wasn't the best of players that could make it to the NBA. You don't see that in football. The black guys, you got Tomlin. I don't know what Caldwell. I think Caldwell, didn't he play in the league years ago? Before our time?
I think so.
I know Tony Dungy did. You don't see black coaches come up from he was on a USC football team. He didn't make it to the league, but he was smart. So we put him as an assistant, whatever, on USC. And he worked his ranks up to become the coach of USC. What Chips is saying, there is no popping hot black guy or Asian or Spanish guy in college football, assistant coach or head coach. All the guys that be getting looks in the NFL, they're ex-players or somebody like Tomlin that pulled somebody in that they was cool with from prior work. But I don't even know where Tomlin came from, honestly. I would have to look that up.
I think he was an assistant on the Steelers.
Yeah, he was assistant on the Steelers underneath what's his face.
And then if you look at the Steelers track record, it's respectable. They gonna have somebody that they want and they gonna let him rock for mad long.
They keep him for mad long, yeah. So yeah, I definitely agree with you guys. I think there's a lot of layers to this whole situation, and do I want more black coaches in the NFL? Absolutely. Do I feel like more black coaches need that opportunity? Absolutely. I agree. I think Chips touched on a major part, and I was gonna dig deeper into that too. It does start from high school, college, especially with NFL, a lot of times what you see is a lot of coaches being recycled through. And it's, he might not have worked on that system, but I got the personnel to make him work in my system. Or I got the personnel that'll be able to do what he was trying to do in that system. Right now in college, if you think of PH, black coach in NCAA football, give me one name. First name that come to your head.
You got to ask somebody else because I just looked it up. I know all 12. Okay.
But okay, so perfect. For me, the first coach that came to mind was Kevin Sumlin from Texas Tech.
And I know about him. I know about Herm Edwards, Lovie Smith.
I mean, outside of Herm, because obviously Herm came from the NFL. He chose to go to college because I'm pretty sure he would have gotten an NFL job without a problem. But that's what I'm saying. Like whoever, like outside of anybody who's already been in the NFL coaching wise.
And I was about to say, y'all naming old coaches. Where's the fresh blood?
Kevin Sumlin is the only one that's literally fresh blood.
The dude from Penn State. I can't even think of his name right now.
I got you. I mean, yeah. Okay.
I mean, but he's not. I'm only saying that because
James Franklin.
Yeah, James Franklin. He's not known. He wasn't in the NFL. I mean, he's a new face to.
But I don't feel like. I feel like. Okay, so personally, again, like I agree, they need to be in there, but you also got to prove that there's a reason for you having to be there. Mm-hmm. Kevin Sumlin is the only one with the track record that can stand on his own two and be like, I deserve this job. James Franklin has had Saquon Barkley to his name. That's it. This past year, they were not the same team offensively when you look at it, unfortunately. Charlie Strong, when he was Charlie Strong coached Notre Dame, right?
Yeah.
Didn't do much when he was there, but then now, Notre Dame makes it to the playoffs.
I feel you on that. But like it's like the old saying how black people got to work 10 times harder to get the same job as a white person.
I agree. I agree.
Them same coaches you saying in college that had one good year and then didn't do anything else. From what I see as a casual in college, a unknown white coach could take a mid-level team to somewhere far. And then he get a better job that fast next year.
It's all about recruiting when it comes to coaching too. Because if you get a team, you start up and you want a team and the recruits is already coming towards the team, you can't do nothing but try to adjust to or have them adjust to your scheme and everything you want to do with that team. Now, if there was a coach there before and he had these recruits coming in and they don't fit to your scheme, you screwed for 3 years because they have. I'm not saying they have to, but more than likely they're gonna have the experience. They're gonna have the time and put in the reps. So you got to let them rock before your recruits can actually come in. And then some teams be set up where, like you said, they fit my scheme. And this coach might be able to push this team a little bit further. So, I don't know.
So to look at it, so in this situation, so I agree, again, completely not disagreeing with anything that's being said. But so, like, when you look at the Mike Mayock signing, personally, I think that is the smartest signing that the Raiders have done since picking it back up John Gruden. And I think if any other team was just as smart, who's the other two? It's Mike Mayock. Who the dude with the wild hair, with the slick back? That be doing the rankings and the drafts.
Black guy? No,
white guy.
Oh, Mel Kiper or something?
Mel Kiper, and who's the other one? And Todd McShay. It would all be considered for my GM position because when you look at it, all they do is watch college.
Right.
It's a complete recruit game. it would be dumb not to even consider them when you're talking about a team like the Raiders who has literally 5 picks or 6 picks in the first 2 rounds this year, or something crazy like that. And then you have picks going into next year. So that's a smart move to me personally, thinking about that aspect of it. But when you look at, like I said, when you look at the black coaches in the NCAA, Sumlin is the only one that can actually say that he led an offense and had an offense. He produced offense from that team. When you think about Johnny Manziel, Mike Evans, I forgot who the tight end was, but he was a beast at that point. Like, he has the track record to prove it. He just don't want to come to the NFL. A lot of times, unfortunately, black coaches stick to the defensive side.
That's where they get eat at.
But yeah, it's more opportunity. I definitely would say that it's more opportunity there.
I don't think we really would know unless they come out and speak if they even get the opportunity to be on the offensive side. I don't know if they get the opportunity and they turning it down.
I don't know. I mean, that's a good point because again, you're right. It wouldn't be, but. I mean, it's too much stuff, too much shit that happens that does point in the direction of white coaches get all the opportunity. Cardinals picking up Cliff Kingsbury straight from USC. Like, I think he's 38, 39 years old, no NFL experience, nothing at all. What makes him better than anybody else that you would think of?
Trying to catch that Sean McVay action, B.
Exactly. They think about what he did at USC. I'm not sure if he was the coach there. Was he the coach there when Sam Darnold was there?
No. Who are you talking about?
Kingsbury.
Was he there? No. He was Texas Tech. He was Pat Mahomes' coach.
But recently, wasn't he just at USC?
Yeah, but that was for like 2 weeks.
Oh, he literally just signed.
Yeah, he signed, and then they was like, "Nah, you ain't going to."
And not to drag this out, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. How coaches have a good year on a lesser school.
No, but he didn't even have a good year, fam. He didn't even have a good year. He got fired.
And he's at USC?
No, at Texas Tech. He didn't even
get the coach at USC. He just agreed to turn.
Listen, hold on, wait, Pop.
You say he got fired from Texas Tech?
He was a head coach at Texas Tech, and he was going to USC to be the offensive coordinator.
And then he got hired
for 3 weeks, quit, and went to go take NFL interviews.
That says it all to me.
And that's what, to me, it's a double side, man. Like, I agree, it's a lot of BS that goes on, but like, to go back to what Chip said, we got to put ourselves in a position to be seen and to stand out in these situations as well. We can't just be accepting, all right, well, I'll be the defensive coordinator. Cool. I'm going to make money and I can do this. No. Why don't you strive to be the head coach that's on or strive to do that offensive stuff? You know what I mean? But like every sport, it's an offensive game now, too. So the more experience you have on the defensive end, you got a better chance of signing as a defensive coordinator than the head coach.
Mm-hmm.
But I digress, and I think we all would like to say that hire more black coaches.
Speaking of that, it's 129 college football teams in Division I. 12 black head coaches.
It ain't gonna change with numbers like that. It ain't gonna change in the NFL. It ain't gonna change.
You know what'll probably be even worse? How many black athletic directors there are too? That's probably even worse.
Give me a second.
Nah, let's move on.
Yeah, I'm gonna move on while you look it up. NBA recap, man. We're getting close. I think we're currently at the halfway point for some teams.
We passed it already.
You said we passed it already?
Yeah.
I think some teams have already passed it, and I think some teams still haven't gotten to like their 41st game yet. But what are you guys seeing that you like so far? I mean, obviously we've already come to grips that defense is non-existent. Over the past 2 or 3 weeks, it's been more pronounced that James Harden will be allowed to walk and travel and do whatever he want to do as long as he packs a bag.
Only him.
And nobody else. I was just about to say.
Yo, that shit Steph did was hilarious. Yo. Hilarious, son. Hilarious.
But outside of our anger with the NBA removing defense from the day.
Hold on 1 second, Chris. Hold on 1 second. It's 12 ADs in college football, too.
12 and 12. It's crazy.
But outside of the NBA removing defense for a more up-tempo, fast-paced, high-scoring game, what else are you guys seeing in today's NBA?
Wow.
Well, I'm starting off again.
All right, go ahead, Pop.
Brooklyn.
No wonder he wanted to go first.
We're in 7th seed. We was the last time we spoke. I think they was in either 10th or 9th. They jumped to 7th. It might be 8th now, but they winning right now, so they might go back to 7th. But aside from that, I think Chris. I don't remember the rest of y'all, but Chris, I think you need to apologize to the Milwaukee Bucks because they not going nowhere. They staying where they at. They either gonna finish 1 or 2.
Shout out to my MVP pick. Let's go.
The coach, yep. That coach, man.
Yo, you think I think he put Indiana over Milwaukee, son.
Yeah, he sure did.
I did.
But aside from my Brooklyn Nets, I'm gonna keep saying that Houston, man, they just on fire. Goodness.
Get the Lakers out of here. Get them out of here. Ship them down to the 8th.
Oh, Chris Paul. Like, they didn't even make any. They didn't even add nothing. I guess they just.
They subtracted.
Anyway.
Don't start that, please. Don't start that. Don't start that.
They subtracted. They had nothing.
Harden said
what they had to do.
That back-to-back MVP, and he looking like it right now. The Spurs on fire. LeBron being hurt, this is big. I think this is the most games he ever missed. They don't know how much more he's going. I read something that they saying that the injury might be worse than they were saying. It could be a possible sports hernia that they don't want to put it out there yet.
Next year, get him out of here.
That's my biggest thing. The Milwaukee Bucks and the Denver Nuggets. They both look like they're here to stay. After 40-something games, they are who they are. What you got, PH?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not think the Nuggets was a real team. I thought they was gonna fall through. I thought they was going back down, but you know what?
No, I thought they were going to be in the top 8, though.
No. I'm talking about being up there, top 2, 3. I didn't think the Nuggets was going to keep that up. But that team is like they holding it down, man. And they don't have. I mean, the star would be who? Jokic?
Yeah, don't say it like that.
No. I'm saying some people would somebody consider Jamal Murray their star.
No, nobody would consider that.
No, there are some idiots out there.
Definitely Jokic.
Yeah, but that is a great sleeper to me. I really didn't see them being what they are this year. Again, shout out to my man Giannis holding it down. Even right now, he pushing the Bucks ahead of the Rockets right now. I think they're up by like 11. Last time I checked.
Nah.
Well, whatever. Either way, shout out to my man. I mean, I've really been like watching too many NBA games because I'm just not really. I haven't really been feeling the NBA this year because of there's no defense, it's too much offense. Stuff just looks some stuff just looks too crazy to me. I watch the highlights. I look at some stats and stuff like that, but overall, the NBA isn't as exciting to me because I guess maybe I'm still stuck in football mode. And since the the playoffs is here, and even with college football, I was more into the playoffs and the bowl games than the NBA right now. So I guess now that all of that's out, I'll be pushing and watching a lot more NBA. But as of right now, I don't know. And shout out to Luka and DeAndre Ayton. Because DeAndre Ayton still don't be getting no looks, no love.
Respect on his name.
Yeah, man, averaging like 17 and 11 on the bum ass Phoenix Suns. But what you got, Chips?
Luka. Son, my man game. I'm not even gonna say my man, but son game is. That step back is lethal. Like from anywhere, any angle, so effortless. Like it's crazy.
Without having to travel.
Without travel. Pure.
It's an official step back, not steps back.
Shuffles back.
Yo, like that's my biggest takeaway. Like the way this dude is playing is it's crazy. I definitely want to watch some more Denver games or watch a Denver game to see what they really about.
There you go. That's second one. The latter. Watch a Denver game.
But my takeaway on the NBA right now is early in the season. Well, not early. We mid-season. And I think it's starting to shape out to what people thought it was going to be. The teams that people thought were going to be up there outside of, your Nuggets, or for some people, the Bucks. It's starting to shape out. My biggest concern is Golden State Warriors, man. I don't know if they just taking it easy, but it's looking like it's a lot more difficult for them to win games.
Yo, they're the number 2 seed.
It's not about them being the number 2 team. It's not about them being.
They haven't always been a number 2 seed, neither.
It's about
now, and they don't have another all-star on the team. Like,
no, listen,
that's going to play a major part.
I'm telling you.
I don't even think he's really coming back.
I saw them walking through this NBA season like nothing. And that's by far not been the case.
Man, after that Draymond Durant debacle.
Yeah, like that, they are not looking like the same dominant team that they were the past few years during the regular season.
Steph also was hurt for a little while too, so you got to put that in consideration.
I could throw something out there. There are others are getting older and don't contribute. Like Livingston
don't do shit no more. But Quinn Cook definitely stepped up a lot more. He's coming off the bench a lot more, getting a lot more tick.
He has to though, because the guys that they used to depend on, they not really stepping up like they used to anymore. The bench, you have to have a bench in the NBA. Their bench is not as strong as it used to be, and I think that's part of them not playing as well. But go ahead, Chip.
Yeah, so I don't think like they have had the season that they wanted to have so far, and I'm kind of nervous for them going into the playoffs because I can see them really getting challenged before they get to the championship game.
By who?
I don't think nobody's scared of them.
No, definitely nobody's scared of them. Definitely nobody's scared of them. I can see Houston giving them the run. I can see OKC the way they've been playing lately giving them a run again.
Yo.
The boy.
Yo.
Yeah. Who was he guarding though? Who was James Harden guarding right there?
He's guarding the person in the corner. Yo, your man Giannis rocked Harden in the head with the ball. He tried to make a pass to the corner. and rocks him in the head, yo.
But I don't think teams are scared of them. The chemistry is definitely not there. And let me say this. Shout out to my Knicks for doing what they need to do. I need a shout at that top pick. And they doing just that. But I'm going to need Clyde Frazier to shut the fuck up. All right? We don't want you commenting on no team, talking about no asterisk, on no Kevin Durant. I need everybody to feel like they are welcome in New York. You want to come play for this franchise. I don't need no negativity, yo. Clyde, you are a great Nick. I hate you as a commentator. Always have.
What about his fashion? What about a fashion icon?
I hate the fashion too. Get that shit.
What about his restaurant? I heard his restaurant is pretty good.
I never been, but I want to check it out. I heard it's nice. But outside of that, I don't need you speaking on no pending free agent, brother. You know what I'm saying? Just talk up how good New York City is, how great of a city is, and leave that man KD alone. All right? We may have a shot at him. All right? I don't need no bad talk on his name. Until he decides not to come here, then you talk shit about him all you want. All right? So, yeah, the NBA, I think the NBA is doing what the NBA does. This part of the seasons is just, local fans talking shit against other fans around the league. We won't really know what it is until we get down to that playoff chase, and then we really start getting digging deep into, what teams are really contenders or pretenders. But I think right now it's starting to shape up. Like the teams that started off hot early are fading off. Some teams are sticking around. And like I said, I want to see more games of teams like Denver. What's the other team I want to see? Denver. Oh, the Clippers. I want to watch some of the Clippers games to see if they can hang around. A team that I'm still disappointed in is the 76ers. I really don't see them doing, even after the Jimmy Butler trade, I don't think they moved an inch. I think they're still where they were. They didn't improve that much. It's almost to me, did you get rid of key pieces that motivated that team? And that all goes to chemistry on the NBA team. You can add a big name, but if the chemistry don't rock, it ain't gonna do nothing for you, because everybody, those stars that you had there already, Embiid, Simmons, they still got to touch the ball. And Butler comes in, and now you hear him going at the coach, just as he did in Minnesota. And that's why I don't know if I said it on a podcast, but I was kind of wary. Like, I don't want nobody coming from another team just because they're a good basketball player if they starting shit on that other team.
Facts.
Because who's to say that they're not going to do it to your team if they're not happy, if they're not touching the ball? Jimmy Butler thinks he's nicer than he is. That's the problem.
He think he's LeBron. No, he thinks he's Harden.
He thinks he's nicer than he thinks he can lead a team by himself, and you can't, my man. You can't. You are a good basketball player. Nobody ever put the superstar tag next to your name, bro. So, I don't understand how you even getting into these risks with the players and with the coaches or whatever. But hey, it is. Also, shout out to my man Derrick Rose, man. Hell of a season so far. What you got, ETD?
And I hope he get that. I hope he get that All-Star selection too.
So I'm gonna start off by saying I agree with Chips. Stop trying for Zion. Stop trying for Zion. We need that, baby. Give me that first pick. Give me that pick, man.
So you want Zion?
Huh?
You want Zion over RJ?
Yeah.
No, the Bulls don't need RJ.
I want Zion for the pure dominance factor. We don't need a ball handler. We don't need somebody to create. We need somebody to take the attention. We need somebody to just go
Zach's still killing, by the way.
You said what?
Dak's still doing his thing. Levine's still doing his thing out there.
He is. He need help. We need that. Yeah, I was gonna say until Chip said it, I was like, damn, y'all ain't giving the Clippers no credit, man. Doc doing a lot with less.
Oh no, I give him credit, but I don't think.
Yeah, no. That's where all my credit is going.
Yeah.
He's doing a lot more with less of a team, man. They're playing good basketball. You can really tell that the team is playing for him. So they're giving 100% effort up and down the court. So I definitely would like to say kudos to Doc on that, man. Like, good job. Keep it up, and you guys probably ain't going to end in the top 4, but, good job.
Just the fact that they're here right now.
Yeah, and they've been there for a while, too. It's not like they just got there. Still don't believe in the Bucks. Nope. I'm sorry. I just don't believe it. I just don't believe it. Yeah, I just can't. To touch on the Sixers situation with Chips, and I wanted to touch on this a little while ago. I don't know why I didn't bring it up with, I just don't think we got into it. I think the Sixers situation is more than just Jimmy Butler, son. Like, I think it's a situation of them just being too young right now. Like, after watching multiple interviews, post-game interviews with Joel Embiid, and after they lost, and the big interview where he was like, I don't know why they didn't put me in a situation to get the ball in the end.
Well, I told you he's a clown from jump.
Like, for me, he's more concerned with being the star than winning. And I think that's what the issue is. Like, you have to be able, like, I think with him, he was good having Ben Simmons as the other star of the team. You know why? Because Ben Simmons don't shoot. So Joel Embiid literally gets to take every shot that he wants with no remorse.
Not only does he not shoot a lot, he's still looking to make plays for other people. Whether he shoot or not,
whether it's a good play or not, he's looking to pass. Yeah, like into it. Like, if he was a quarterback, he'd be passing in a double coverage every game. Like he's that player. And so with the Sixers getting somebody who can create, who can shoot, and is willing to shoot, he don't like that. And so I think that's what's throwing off the chemistry more so than Jimmy Butler not being a good fit, or, you know what I mean, the rifts, the rifts that they had that came up with Jimmy Butler and the coach was like, I didn't even look at it like it was a rift. You know what I mean? Like, the coach said, it was nothing. I feel like that's the media.
Yep. Wait. No, I think it's a cover-up.
You think it's a cover-up?
Yeah.
I feel like it's overblown.
Yeah, it definitely was a cover-up. It definitely was a cover-up. Because you like, imagine getting him from that situation in Minnesota and damn near 3 months into playing for your team, he going at this coach. You don't want that to get out there.
What report do they have for him to be like, oh yeah, no, it's okay for him to talk to me like that?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's the bond that we have. No, you don't got no bond. He your ass in practice, and you can't say something in public. That's it.
I mean, I definitely agree with the cover-up part of it, because what would he have said? Yeah, that motherfucker was tripping. Like, what? Like, there's no way that he could go in any other direction with it.
That's a fact.
But I don't know. I still feel like it's being overblown because it's Jimmy Butler, and I don't feel like that's a part of it.
That's a reason, though. That's the reason. It's overblown because it's Jimmy Butler.
Because you got history. It's just like the Draymond Green effect.
Exactly. Your crackhead uncle coming to the crib and still something go missing, you're going to blame it on him.
But then you can't even say the Draymond Green effect because he got rapport with Steve Kerr.
I meant Draymond Green effect with the refs and getting texts and shit.
Oh,
that's what I meant. He breathed the wrong way. They like, what?
Word.
But I definitely feel like the 76ers are just too young right now for their own good. having Jimmy Butler is good because you need that older person, but Jimmy Butler isn't the right older person for that role. They need somebody that's going to be able to lead them and direct all of that childish energy. Jimmy Butler's like, well, fuck it, just give me the ball.
Philly should have went and got a player like Vince Carter, man.
But he can't contribute enough.
No, not to contribute. Not to contribute.
I'm talking about as a leader. Maybe 3 years ago, I would say. Not now. Not now.
As a veteran, as a strong voice in the locker room?
I say 3 years ago.
I would say
they still got to produce something.
Yeah, they need like like how Jason Kidd was to that Mavericks team and to that Knicks team, where he was contributing. Mm-hmm. He wasn't playing 30 minutes, but he was a leader. He was a voice. They need something like that.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Pick up Melo, man. Pick up Melo.
Anyway, hey, Chris.
Yeah. I definitely need the Knicks to start winning some more games.
Yo,
Houston rolling, baby. They rolling.
Definitely say shout out to those Nets, man. I definitely didn't think that the Nets would still even be in any type of consideration for any type of good record. And they proven it wrong. Like, they're playing together as a team. They're, a lot of their players say a bunch of B-class athletes, a bunch of B-class players. You know what I mean? They're just playing good team basketball. And I think that's huge. Nuggets definitely have shown that they're still good for right now. Are they going to keep going? I don't know. I don't know. When it's crunch time and when it starts winding down, I see them not being in the top seed, maybe falling to 6. But we'll see if they can keep it going. I just don't believe in them. And yeah, Luka definitely should have been the number 1 pick.
I got something to say. I don't know about that. I don't think he's a good fit with Booker. But John Wall got hurt, and the Wizards are playing better. That's all I'm going to say.
Have they gone on a win streak?
Not a win streak, but like
they're winning more than they're losing.
It looks the flow looks better.
They're winning more than they're losing. They're not getting smacked like they were before. They just playing. But a reason, I thought he was gonna get a buyout. That's what I thought. I didn't think he would want. I didn't think he would want to.
Wanted him to go to the Lakers. I told you he wasn't going.
No. Outside of that, I just didn't think he would want to be there. Like, why would you? I went to the Suns to get the bag. The Suns are trash. Y'all gonna trade me to another trash team? Yo, just buy me out at this point.
Ain't nobody just gonna buy him out. Just like what would be the reason to buy him out?
Because in my opinion, I didn't think he would be able to help them like that. But now that Wall is out, he's playing a bigger role than I think he would have been playing. But
that would have been a dumbass. I mean, unless it was, I don't even understand how that would be helping their salary cap or whatever. That would have
something that's dumb. That contract that Wall got, that's something that's dumb.
You got bread, boy. Woo.
And it don't kick in until next year.
Yep. Anybody trading for all that?
Ain't no team trading to take on that hit. Even though I feel like he would help a team out with better chemistry. I feel like he would be a big addition to another team.
Well, I don't want him on the Knicks. Keep him over there.
You said you don't?
I don't think nobody want Wall.
I don't think nobody want to go to the Knicks. I think that's a good battle right there.
Watch your mouth.
Nobody want Wall or nobody want to go to the Knicks.
Y'all heard KP going to the Spurs. That's the word on the street.
KP ain't going nowhere. Next subject. Carry on.
No, real quick, before we move on, let me throw some Nick questions out there. Yo, try to take your fandom out, right?
I can do that.
Cool.
No, he can't. But go ahead.
One, I understand why they're not doing it, but do you think the Knicks should extend him now?
No.
Solely because of
injury.
What? He's not coming back this year, though. They got to extend him before they see him play again. So is it they're not doing it now because it would hurt the cap if they do it now?
No. He's not a free agent next year.
No, he's a restricted free agent.
He's a restricted free agent.
If you let him go in, somebody's going to offer him a wild offer sheet.
Listen, you got to make that choice. I'm not extending him to max money right now.
You have to. All right, you want to do it in the off season then?
Yeah, if I can evaluate him when he's fully healthy, if I have a chance to evaluate him, or even if he's not fully healthy, if I think that he's looking better, I'm going to wait as long as possible to evaluate him and to make that decision. I'm not going to make that decision based on somebody else being able to offer more money.
All right, so let's say the off season come, fully healthy. I didn't extend him. Now he's a restricted free agent. The Spurs, anybody come, they give him a super wild contract like they did with Jeremy Lin. They front loaded or back loaded. They do something where it will make it difficult for the Knicks to match, or if not difficult, where it just might be hurtful to y'all years down the line or immediately. Are you going to match the offer no matter what?
No, it's never no matter. We cannot do no matter what no more.
So then you're back to what? So now you're back to what?
I'm back to evaluating him and making
listen to what I'm saying. He's healthy.
If he's healthy, then yes, I think he's that good of a player.
So you're matching him no matter what?
If he's healthy, yes.
Okay.
If he's healthy, and I have no doubt that injury is past him, I think he has that potential.
Now, here's my second question. They already said they're not going to extend him, partly because of they want to wait, because it will help their salary cap. Do you think that could come back to bite them, though? Because you see Devin Booker and you see all these other guys getting their money now. Now, he going to restricted free agency. The Knicks, I don't know if they make him wait.
Nobby, pardon me, baby.
I mean,
Nobby,
he really don't have a choice. But
hey, baby, what's up, baby?
Go to bed.
Yeah, I think they kind of playing a dangerous game.
I think it's going to backfire, and the Knicks going to be the Knicks.
Yo, you a hater. He said take your bias out of it. Listen,
I did.
No, you're not.
I feel like the Knicks is going to play chicken, and it's going to blow up in their face.
Why would it blow up in their face, though?
Because they're not going to want to match no wild shit, personally.
Listen, think about it. It's not about like we have the control right now, right? So think about it. If I extend him now, I'm basically telling myself that I'm prepared to give him all his money because I think he's going to stay healthy. I think he still has that potential, right? So I want him on my team for the foreseeable future, right? So why not take if I make that decision now, and if I have the luxury of waiting 3, 4, 5 more months, why not take those 3, 4, 5 more months? Like I'm whether I do it now or whether I do it in July, August, or whenever that date is, I'm still saying at the end of the day, whether I want him, whether I think he's going to be a part of my team for the long haul, and whether I think he's worth the money that I'm going to give him.
Because if you extend him now, you have the control. The ball is in your court. If you let him go into restricted free agency, you have to match whatever the offer is. The offer could be whatever, front loaded, back loaded, trade kicker, no trade clause. It could be something wild, and you have to match that.
I get that. But coming off an injury like he's coming off of, just this specific situation, I think if you're willing to do it now, then nothing should happen later if you're willing to do it then as well.
So the reason I say I feel like it's going to blow up in their face, because you're right. If you don't have to do it now, that's fine. You're right. You do control all the cards, and you control everything in there. But Knicks being Knicks, they going. I feel like no matter what the Knicks want to do, whether or not they want to wait or whatever, a team is praying that the Knicks let him go to a restricted free agency because they're waiting to make that offer no matter what. Whether or not they get to see if he's healthy or not, I feel like a team is going to make that offer off of the potential of him being fully healthy and what he can bring to the table being fully healthy. And then I feel like Dolan is going to wet the bed, and it's going to be another thing that y'all going to be mad at Dolan about because he's not going to match that offer. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it all no biasness or anything like that. I just feel like, are you willing to believe in Dolan in this offseason?
I can't believe. I can't believe. First of all, Dolan and not spending money don't even go hand in hand.
They didn't do it on Jeremy Lin.
But Dolan making a smart decision.
No. It's not about whether you think is a good idea or not. They wanted to keep Lin.
Yeah, but at a price. I think everybody wanted to keep him at a price.
And I feel like he gonna go that same route with.
No, Jeremy Lin is not KP, son. Like
I'm not comparing it. I'm just saying Dolan.
No, but this is what I'm saying. Look what he did for the Melo. The other execs, or not execs, but the coaches and the GM, they didn't want to give up what they gave up for Melo. But Dolan saw what player he was and was like, nah, give him the house, whatever they want.
That's true.
Make this shit happen. You know what I'm saying? Amari, nobody wanted to give Amari that money. But Dolan said, nah, I need a name. Give him this $100 million contract. You know what I'm saying? So if KP is what KP is supposed to be when he comes back, if he's still showing that potential, I don't see Dolan saying no, not giving him money. He's not going to pull a Steinbrenner and say, yo, we got to start spending that much money. That's not coming out of his mouth at all. I don't think that's coming out of his mouth. I think what the Knicks are doing is smart. Take your time, see all that you need to see. Whether you make the decision now, whether you make the decision later, you're going to decide whether you want to keep him around for the long haul or not. What I definitely don't want to do is stop. Huh?
Think Dolan is just as bad as the Cowboys. Right when you think they stay clicking on all cylinders, boom, he break your heart.
So, but I think what they're doing right now, what I don't want to do is to give a large amount of money to somebody who's going to be often injured. I don't want to do that. So for that simple fact, I think you need to take as much time as possible. Whatever consequences you got to deal with that after that, signing later on, whatever offer somebody gives them, then you got to deal with that. But I don't want to waste money on somebody who's not going to play the game.
I respect it.
All right.
Hold on, I'm going to pause it. I'll take a pic.
So on Monday, NCAA had their national championship game, obviously going from the playoffs to the final shebang, and Clemson whooped Alabama's ass. I mean, I don't think I have ever seen Bama or a Nick, I won't even just say Bama, a Nick Saban team get crushed like that.
You don't want your coach all in the video?
What? Yo.
Did he mean to say it like that, or did he say it backwards?
Huh?
Did he mean to say it that way? Like, was it a reason for him to say it that way, or did he say it backwards?
Nah, I think
I don't even think he even cared.
Yeah, he was in the moment.
He was like, I know what I mean. But PH, what'd you think of that game, man? Because that was huge. I don't think Ohio State would have had nothing for him either.
I expected it to be more of a shootout. I didn't expect it to be 44-16. But Alabama's defense has been suspect all year long. The offense has been on, but again, they're scheduling wise, they really didn't play anyone that had a great defense except for when they played Georgia.
Yo, real quick, Who chooses the schedule? Who
team.
does?
The team.
That's a problem. But go ahead.
It's like that in basketball too, though.
It's not an issue. It's not an issue because if you pick a sorry schedule, your rankings is affected. Yeah.
Yeah, you still got to play your league games.
That's what I was about to say. Because they're in the SEC, their conference schedule is supposedly great because the SEC is so high. But yeah, like I said, their defense was just so suspect, and the offense didn't play no real good defenses. So when they came around, even when they played the Oklahoma game, like I told you, that first quarter was all for Oklahoma, but the rest of the game, Oklahoma kept going down the field and scoring. They wasn't really slowing them down after that. I think it was just Kyler Murray just being a little too he had the butterflies in his stomach.
A little too safe.
But they was talking about before the game started, they was talking about Tua. Like, oh yeah, Tua hasn't lost any games, since he's been a starter. Dabo was like, so if I'm not mistaken, Trevor Lawrence haven't lost a game either. So what you trying to say?
He's like, yo, don't forget we undefeated too. Don't be disrespectful.
Sunshine been out here working, right? But he showed a lot. Like
that dude looked like he's straight from Cali off the surfboard.
Word.
Straight from Cali.
Yo, no homo. He looked like whoever his girl is, he looked better than her.
Yo, you retarded.
Like, the hair product is definitely his, not hers.
But even watching that game, man, like it was a lot of prospects. Defensive line prospects.
Looked at his eyes, didn't you?
You looked at his eyes, didn't you? Yeah.
The Alabama defensive tackle, Quentin Williams, he I don't know, he must have wet the bed that game, or he was getting overpowered. I think he made like 2 plays throughout the whole game.
They maintained the run game after those big plays on the ground. They sort of held Etienne down a little bit because he had some big plays, and then it was like non-existent. So
not even really, because he still only ran for like 50 yards.
He had 86 yards
rushing.
Yeah,
I don't even remember that, but okay. But rushing wise, they slowed him down. They held him in check. But passing wise, no pass rush at all. At all. I mean, they had like a few plays where they was getting back there, but Sunshine had. I mean, let me stop calling him that. Trevor Lawrence had all day to throw the ball, man. He was just sitting back there and 6'6". Jesus Christ, he can see over everything. Being a true freshman, just competing how he was, it was just crazy. And then the receivers, also freshmen, working Alabama's corners. Like I said, I didn't see them killing them how they did, but I'm surely glad they did because I don't like the SEC. I'm a true hater of a whole lot of stuff, right? Hate.
No shade.
No shade. All shade, nigga. All the shade. $5.
$5.
$5.
Yo, he said that with some emphasis too. That should be like a 10 spot, though.
That's all right. I'm paying that too. Don't matter.
Yo, he said that with some oomph behind this shit.
A whole lot of oomph. Okay. SEC, Patriots, Tom Brady, Patriots. All die, okay? If they die, they die, okay?
What you think, Pop?
I think that it wasn't even the whole playoffs wasn't enjoyable at all. It's not what I'm used to when it comes to the championship game, which is fine. Every year not going to be the best year. That's fine. I don't think that they should rush to want to add more teams to this playoffs because of this year. I mean, they already said they're not. But I just, people start talking and pressure comes from media and fans. But, you can't change something off with just 1 year.
You know what it be? Once they start getting pressure to those pockets from those alumni and those donators.
Yeah. They have multiple years of blowouts and people turning off halfway through the game, then something might change. But normally it's a good game. So I don't think you could. This is more of a exception. It's not the rule. I was ready to come on here and say, get my man Tua his Heisman back. Never took it from him. Now I think he still should have got it though, but he didn't look too impressive. The team as a whole just didn't look impressive. I turned it off halftime. Halftime show was probably worse than their performance.
Who performed at halftime? I didn't even watch the halftime show.
Wayne and somebody else. But it's Drake's fault, man. If Drake stopped repping these teams, nobody has anything to worry about.
The Drake curse.
Word.
Yo, Drake, put on a Patriots jersey, fam. I'm gonna need that. Put on a Patriots jersey, fam.
It was Drake that spit on CP3. Everything is Drake's fault, man.
What you got, Chips?
College football, man.
It's so unpredictable, man.
Is it unpredictable?
For me, it is. Like normally the championship game be straight normally, but just throughout the college football seasons, like you might tune into a game that you think gonna be lit because this name and that, and it be a blowout. It don't be close. It don't be good.
Hey, listen, I can't get into it, man. I really can't get into it. To speak on that game, I just like the feel good story of it. Alabama being, the bully, and them boys coming in there and showing out and beating them the way they did and celebrating like they did in the locker room and post game, and I like the story of it. I like the underdog aspect you get from the college championship game when the dominant team doesn't win. But still, for me, when it comes to college football, I need to see more diversity. I need to see a better tournament. I need it. In order for me to feel like it's something worth tuning in, I need to see a better playoff. I need to see more games and more teams fighting for that spot. And in order for it to gain traction for me, it's a whole back in the days it was not back in the days because it's recent. When it was I feel like it was more hype when all the bowl games were being spoken about. As far as media coverage, you know what I mean? And now it's about you just got these 4 teams and they don't even speak about the other bowl games no more. I don't know if they cut down on them as many as there were. But I definitely didn't hear, this bowl game and here and there. It just, for me, it wasn't covered as much as nowhere, obviously nowhere as much as the 4 teams playing in the playoffs. But even when the playoff games, it's like no real format. It's just like, all right, these 2 teams play, this is who you playing, and it's not hyped up as it should be for me. Where I think if you do expand it sometime down the line, maybe you build more hype and you have more time to generate more traction with a couple of more exciting games. Because just those 6, 1, 2, 3 games is not enough excitement built for the casual fan or for the non-fan. For the college football enthusiasts, yes, Y'all might have that and be like, oh, I'm ready for it. You know, PH, his hate for Alabama, he was ready for it. Yeetity for his, you know, just liking the college football game. But what do people like me and Pop have to look forward to outside of just seeing what, you know, the big names that we hear in the media will do that game? You know what I mean? That's for me.
So it makes sense. I would just say be mindful because the bowl games are all still there. They're still publicized. Just because it's the playoffs game, each playoff game is still a bowl game.
No, I know, but I
think what Chips is saying is before every bowl game was like the national championship for that team.
Mattered. Like it mattered. It was covered like it mattered. You know what I mean? So
they did cover a lot of games. I mean,
they covered them. They was on TV.
The playoff is going to take preference over
obviously
all the other games, you know. But the Rose Bowl was a big game. What Georgia and Texas, I can't remember what their bowl was, but that was a huge game.
But it wasn't a good.
Wasn't that the Alamo game? Alamo Bowl?
I don't know.
That wasn't a good game neither, though.
No, it was a good game to show that all of the Georgia fans.
The favorite isn't going to win.
All of the Georgia fans were saying that they needed to be in that top 4, and they lost to Texas handily. And Texas was number 15. Team I think got a bad break was is it UCF?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a bad break, and everybody was talking, oh, yeah, look, they lost, so now they can't talk nothing. Man, they lost their starting quarterback 2 games ago. I mean, they was rocking with their backup. I mean, you can't – I'm not saying you can't fault them, but you can't be like, oh, well, yeah, now they lost. You got to shut up. Nah, man. I mean, they didn't have their full team.
That's my beef with college football, because I compare it to college basketball, which I probably shouldn't. But like a team like UCF would have made the tournament, and you'd have got to see them do whatever. What if they got bumped?
But I mean, they made the tournament per se because they had one of the it's called the New Year's Six bowls. They had one of the top bowls in bowl.
Okay.
In bowl schedules.
Yeah, they had one of the top 6 bowls.
Okay.
So I mean, they actually made the tournament, but they didn't make the tournament.
I got you.
So I would say it wasn't predictable because nobody predicted, Clemson doing what they did. I don't even think anybody predicted even Ohio State in Ohio State's game. I don't think anybody predicted that. I think there was a lot of unpredictability this year in NCAA football all around. Just all of the bowl games, what the expectations were, the big conferences. Like a lot of big conference teams lost. I remember me and PH was talking about it, and there was big expectations going into that Ohio State game for Washington's defense and their DBs. And it was like, where the fuck did they go? Like,
yeah, it was like Haskins gonna go against one of the toughest corners, secondaries that he ever went against.
Yeah.
Was he gonna be able to be the same player he was? And don't get me wrong, the score was like, what was it, 28-23 or something like that? But
the way he carved them up.
That's what I'm saying. Watching the game, that score did not show exactly what happened. Because he was killing them the entire game.
Come on, Hackins. Giants do the right thing, baby. Do the right thing.
Yep, do the right thing. Go ahead and trade up.
Nah, we don't need to trade up, B.
Yes, y'all do.
Yes, y'all do.
Because Jacksonville might want to get him.
Trade up. I forgot whoever's at number 10.
But is it the right thing, or is he just the best available quarterback?
He's the best available.
Is he really legit, though?
Yes.
He can be.
I'm going to do some more research.
Because just because he's
the shot at a guy, he's the guy to take a shot.
Just because he's the best available doesn't mean.
No, from what I've heard, I still got to do my own research. But from what I heard, he's the guy to take that shot at.
So even with him being the best available,
you keep saying that same thing, Chips. Yeah, he's the best quarterback in this draft. That's clear. What I'm saying is he actually that good?
So that's what I'm saying. He has the hype and the potential that you will want to take that QB pick on.
So say if he didn't go or if he didn't declare for this draft, the best available quarterback would have probably been picked in late first, second round, and late first if a team wanted to reach for him.
Who else is there? Oh yeah,
Drew
guy,
Drew Lock.
Who's the guy from Duke?
Something Jones.
Daniel Jones.
I keep hearing people talk about him.
Yeah, I mean, again, but you think, okay, if Haskins didn't declare, the best available quarterback would have been a late first, early second round pick. Not on the level of Haskins.
The main reason why I think Haskins is getting so much hype is because everything that was thrown at him this season, he carved up. Every defense, all the defenses that was supposed to be nice, that was supposed to slow him down.
All of the adversity of the coaching staff.
Yeah, everything that was supposed to slow him down didn't. He could make all throws. He could.
His accuracy was crazy this year. I'll give him all the credit in the world.
He completed like 72% of his passes. He threw 50 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. I mean, he broke a lot of records this year.
If Kyler declares for the NFL draft, it's not just him alone up there at that point. It's between them two now.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
I don't like the measurables. Yeah,
that's the one thing I think is going to be Kyler Murray's downfall. 5'10", listed at 5'10".
But Drew Brees' accuracy.
Yeah, but Drew Brees is listed at 6 foot, so he literally like 5'11". Kyler Murray's listed at 5'10", which means you probably like 5'8.5-ish. You know, so
he ain't looked that short on the field, son.
I don't know, son. I don't know. He definitely looked tiny, fam.
I mean, you gotta look and see how many steps he take in the 5-yard range. If he take more than 3, his legs too short. But I mean, I definitely feel like, and Chip said, what is the motivation for the non-NCAA fan to look at? I mean, if you're a casual NFL fan, I would say watching those bowl games is to literally, do your own expectations, your own scouting. You know what I mean? Like, people look good in a Giants uniform right now, man. Look at them get off that edge rush. Or look at them attack that ball at the high point. You know what I mean? Because literally that's why I watch college football. For the expectations of, damn, that motherfucker right there would be great in the 49ers uniform, man. I see it now. Richard Sherman, him. You know what I mean? Like, it's just trying to, put yourself in the GM shoes. That's my pleasure about it. You know what I mean? But to each his own.
Yeah, I feel Chris on that, the GM aspect, but I just like watching football in general, man. I just like watching football.
College football is more passion behind it too in the football game.
Yeah, because they trying to make the money. They ain't got nothing yet.
Word.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, except for Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's probably the richest NCAA player this year.
He about to give up some of that money.
All right, so we got another viewer's choice question. 2 for 2. We had one last episode.
Man, I don't got my sound effects right now.
Another viewer's choice question. So this question seems like all the viewers' choice questions are directed at men for some reason.
Oh, that's what it's going to be.
Starting to see a pattern here.
That's what it's going to be.
Why do men take so long to propose if they have been with the woman for more than 5 years?
Nah, get your ass back in here.
I'm here.
Put your monkey ass down.
Yeah, I'm here. Listen,
So-
mine had a request. I had to go do something real quick.
So, Tips, I'm going to let you go ahead and start it.
Since he's been married since 18.
Word.
Why do men not get married?
No,
I don't know.
Question.
I mean, to sum it up, why would they be in a relationship so long before proposing and getting married? I don't know. It don't make no sense to me. It don't.
You are Uncle Tom, boy.
Listen, I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Uncle Tom.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't know why you would want to do that, because you live in a married life. It's not like these dudes be boyfriend and girlfriend for mad long, living over here and she over there in the other town or whatever, the other borough. You're living in the same house. You have kids or a kid or whatever.
That's not every situation, though.
Not every situation, but it's every situation that
You about to skip Chip's answer. I don't know.
don't let it touch home. Don't let it touch home. Don't let it touch home. But
Uncle Tom,
you're living a life.
Chips, boy.
You're living a life. Like, you're living a life. You're living a life of being a married man. So if not to do it just to make her happy, I don't think you should do it for that reason. I don't think you should do it for that reason. But if you're staying with a girl, right, and you're doing all that, you're giving her all those privileges or whatever and that commitment, then I don't know, what would stop a person from saying, I don't want to get married? If right now you saying, I've been with you for 5+ years or whatever, and I just don't believe in marriage. I don't think we have to be married to be like we're together. Then what would change in another 3 or 4 years? Nothing's going to change. You're still going to be in the same type of relationship. Your bond is not going to grow any stronger at that point. So I don't know why men do it. Don't cut me off so fast, son. Hold on, son.
I would like to play devil's advocate, because I'm not saying I agree with this. I'm just responding to what you just said. You just said nothing's going to change. So why get married? If nothing's going to change, it's going to continue to be the same thing. Then why change what it is?
Because if you get married, that changes something.
Okay, well, then you just answered your question. If maybe he don't want nothing to change.
But getting married is supposed to change something for the better.
Supposed to.
Oh, you don't. Time out. Somebody want to get in trouble. I'm going to let him get it. Matter of fact,
no, I was just playing devil's advocate to what you're saying.
No, I got you.
That's why a man would not want to do it, because if you work somewhere where there's a lot of men older than you, you hear it all the time. Oh, things are going to change. It's for the worst. Everything is for the worst, by the way. Everything is for the worst when you're hearing it from them. So if you are somebody who like to believe, or maybe you could trust these guys that's talking, you might look at it like, hey, things are great over here. So why would I go do that and possibly things not be great anymore?
So you said getting married might flip it on the negative side.
I'm saying that some men have that fear that if this happens, things are going to change for the worse.
So what are you saying? How do you feel about it?
Well, me personally, I lived with my wife for 4 years before I proposed. What Chips is saying, I was living a married life. Like, the same rules applied. It was the same rules as marriage.
It's all the same, son. It ain't no difference once you get to that point.
But the difference is I was living with her for a long time. So I could give you a completely different example. One of my men in Miami been with his wife. He was dating his wife the same amount of time I was dating my wife. But their culture was different. Their culture was you don't live together until you get married. So he had them thoughts like, I don't know what's going to happen when we move in together. I don't know.
That's different. I was speaking on if you're already doing everything that a married couple does. Where this question is stemming from.
How you gonna
Yo, what is going on, son?
A little birdie was flying around. You know what I mean?
Ooh, that boy there, what the?
Well, go ahead. I feel you on that.
I agree. It was like, yo, I'm married. Whether I went in front of a pastor, I was already married. We was living together. We got married, came back home, absolutely nothing changed because we was already doing marriage life already. But people that wasn't in my shoes, I could see why. But you said you got an inside birdie that this question came from somebody who's living a married life but not married. So I don't know, PH, what you think? Yo, chill, son. I asked PH what he think.
Man, what it cut like Papa said, it's just you live in a married life, and only thing gonna change is you're gonna be broker. You're gonna have a ring on, and you're gonna have a piece of paper in the house saying that you're married.
You know what though? You don't have to be broke though.
No. Majority of the women wants to have a big wedding, and I'm not saying everyone, but majority of women want to have a big wedding. Dresses, a whole bunch of people there.
Yeah, so you don't need no fucking dress.
all types of everything, son. I mean, when guys think about weddings, I mean, man, who cares? If you want to, we could go to the courthouse real quick, do that real quick, pass the rings on, and let's have it. Man, we could go out to eat later on after that.
Yo, not for nothing, that was my exact wedding, son. That was my exact wedding, but it was rushed.
But I mean, what would be the difference? What would feel different other than you having the pictures or the experience? I mean, you're still gonna have that same life right after.
So what are you saying? What's the point of getting married, or you're saying
what's the point of not getting married?
It's a double-edged sword, because like you said, it's to be married. I mean, you could. A lot of guys want to have that wedding, the ring, the actual ceremony, showing, hey, you know what, you mind, you can't go anywhere. But there's some guys, you mind, period, you ain't really gonna go nowhere, even without the wedding. When you have all of that, I don't think it's necessary to get married, and that's my opinion.
I know some people that live by the code of, when I say people, I mean men and women, by the way, that live by the code, if you ain't married, you still single.
That's very true, too.
I mean, I say one difference is supposed to, because numbers say differently. But so if you're married, you're supposed to work through things. You probably are more likely to work through issues than you are as a single, well, not single, as non-married.
As a boyfriend, girlfriend, then
right.
You could say that's the same thing with people that have children too, though.
Say that again?
You could say that's the same concept with people that have children too, though.
Oh, yeah, because it's something holding that bond together.
So would you necessarily say that bond is based on the marriage part of it, or is it just you got something in common, basically?
Your vows is saying this is what you're supposed to do. That's what the vows say. Yeah, we letting Chris get his hometown.
We get the whole 30 minutes to himself.
Yo, let me intro this, please. Listen, we all got our opinions, but let's take it straight to.
Wait, by the way, there's only one person in this quad here that's not married, right?
I was going to acknowledge that.
Look at the pop. Look at that. I ain't gonna say nothing, but
as he holding his particular hand,
So Chris, why do guys, why not get married, man?
So, as the resident non-married person here on the chat, I can definitely say this question does hit home.
Oh, heaven. Don't call me tomorrow, bro. Don't call me tomorrow.
Baby, I love you.
Baby.
But no, the question does hit home. I think on every situation is different. Every guy is different. Every guy's situation, every relationship is different. You can't compare, one relation to the next or one relationship to the next. I think a lot of times people get caught up in the glitz and the glam of one particular relationship, but they don't see the building phase. They don't see that struggle phase. And so people are like, oh, well,
it's definitely a struggle phase.
People don't see their fights. People don't see the times where, essentially, it's not all glitter and gold. Sometimes there's a lot of shit involved in this. And it's on both sides. You know what I mean? Guys bring a lot of shit to the table. Women bring a lot of shit to the table. For me personally, me and my woman have been together. Me and Naima have been together now for, over 8 years.
You about to propose right now?
You finished? Let me know when
you finished or you done?
Word. But we've been together for over 8 years now. As Chips threw out there, and Chips tried to throw out there, we do have, we have our lovely Nabi.
How long y'all been living together?
We have been living together
about 7.
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously, things accelerated quickly in our relationship. Nabi is 7 years old. And for me, it's more about where I am mentally as far as being able to say, am I wholeheartedly ready for that? Granted, I do live that complete life, like complete life.
Complete. You do everything, son.
Yeah. I do. And I think a lot of times being able to actually say and make that commitment is the final step, but it's a hard step to make for some guys. And for me, I would like to think, like I tell myself all the time, I'm ready for it. You know what I mean? Like like you said, I'm doing it. I'm living that life. I'm living that life into existence, and I am ready for it. Am I ready for it? No, I'm not. I think PH touched on it, where you talking about a ring. You talking about, an actual wedding. Like, Pop, how long were you actually engaged for from the moment that you proposed to you and you said I do?
16 months, 18 months.
See, so about a year and a half. PH, I know you got married when you was like 10. How long did you wait?
Damn.
How long was the...
Nah, you got confused with Chips.
You
I'm
right,
about to say. I think it was 14 months.
Okay, so about a year. So
yeah, it was over a year. A little bit over a year.
So on average, and obviously, again, when you're in a relationship for this long, you do research on a lot of shit you ain't never think you was gonna do research on. On average, you think about the longest to the shortest. It's about a year and a half to 2 years when you're looking at proposal to planning, getting everything set, and actually saying I do. And I take a step back and I look and I say, am I ready to actually do that and make those steps in 2 years or even 3 years. Because if I do it next year, fuck no. But that goes to having those conversations.
Hold on, Pop. Hold on.
So that goes to
no. You gotta wait too.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not finished, but I got a point I want to make to that before you say what you said.
I think you should say it now, because don't let Chris Nas, man. Don't let him get out of the fire.
No, I'm asking. So you're saying that the only reason that's you personally?
No, I'm not.
It's not only financial and being able to do it the way you want to do it.
No, it's not.
Okay, that's where you were going. That's why I said.
That's part of it. Set your ass down and let me finish.
No.
Go ahead, Pop.
Ain't no time for you to finish. We got a question.
Go ahead.
He said, "I'm gonna let you finish," but
it seems like, you know what? No, finish, because that's not a real question. It's more. No.
So, as I was saying, me personally, I'm not ready for that financial load at the moment. But also, I look at the commitment aspect of it as I don't want to do this more than once. I don't want to, get married, then, go through divorce and have to get remarried. Like once I do it, that's it. I want to be done. For me, I feel like there's a mental aspect of it that has to be played into it. And is it going to be perfect? No. I feel like no relationship is perfect. No commitment is perfect. But for me, there are certain lines or certain, I would say, you have those unmentionables where it's like, all right, I at least need to get this. And then I'm ready to move forward, or I'm ready to do that. Or it don't got to be perfect, but we should be on the same page, at least with key points or key things. And I feel like I'm not at that point yet. I feel like things still can change. I don't feel like just because you've been with someone for a certain amount of time, that changes, or that doesn't allot you the ability to change. I think people still have the ability to change throughout the course of time. And again, each circumstance dictates how that is possible. So that's my scenario, and that's my situation in my eyes. Now, would my woman, would Naima feel different? I believe so. I think she would. I think she would feel different, but then I also feel like she would agree that we're at a point now where, yeah, we're both together. We're both living the married life. I'm definitely devoted and committed to her wholeheartedly and to our family, just as I believe that she is to me as well. But
I
ain't ready for that ring. She's like, oh, Jesus.
All right. So to me, it sounds like there's some, outside of the financial part, there's some fear in there. Change is natural. It's going to happen. Change is going to happen. No matter what, change is just going to happen. Whether it's a wedding, not a wedding, no matter what it is, throughout the years, people are going to change. Everybody's going to change. That shouldn't stop you from, if you want to get married, that shouldn't stop you from getting married. So let me give you an example.
Before you finish, I wouldn't say I have a fear of change. Okay. I can definitely say wholeheartedly, everyone that I know that is married literally gives their all. I would say it's a fear of that changing at some point. I can definitely own that part of it, and not living up to that. I guess what I've seen or what's been in my life as far as people that are married,
not living up to it.
Yeah, that's a personal aspect on my end.
So you think when you get married, you're going to be slacking off? Well, you might slack off.
In a sense, yeah. I mean, I feel like I wouldn't want to, or I wouldn't allow myself to. But then it's like almost like living up to an expectation that you don't know if you can meet.
All right, I got a question. In the 8 years y'all been together, you don't think that you've ever slacked off?
Yeah.
Okay. You fixed it though, right?
Absolutely.
So it's no different.
What there is no difference, son. 8 years, son. You live in that exact life right now, son. You're not gonna do nothing different. Her having your last name or hyphenated or whatever, that ain't
no hyphenated. Ain't no hyphenated.
And I appreciate you saying that, but some people doing that. I don't know. It's like you new parents these days. You do.
If you hyphenate my name, that means you ain't all in. We don't gotta do it.
That's a fact.
You gotta be all in here.
Because you wouldn't. Your last name is if your mom's did that.
But whatever it is, it's not. Nothing's going to change outside of that paper, son. You 8 years in. You what? 34 now?
33. Don't try to make me old. Why you telling my age on the show, son?
Words.
All right. We men, bro. We don't.
I know you're right. You 37.
I'm 36.
Oh, but you correct me. But we men though.
All right. but you are for the most part who you're going to be as a grown man. Your foundation is set. It's only room for you to grow as a person, as a man. You all in on your family. You love your family to death. Anything happen to Naima, you're gonna do whatever you can do. You can do to be there, provide, support, whatever it is. Nothing is going to change by that piece of paper.
Honestly, at this point of your relationship, it's not even a thing other than just giving her the last name and making it official. At this point, 8 years in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like eight years in, nothing's going to change at 12 years. She's not going to stop getting on your nerves sometimes. They do that.
Just because we 8 years in don't mean we obligated, man.
Now, no, you're right? Because I was going to ask, the age thing, because 8 years is a long time, but it also depends on when it started.
Yeah.
What age it started. Because, you know what I mean? It could be, Chips is like the storybook, high school sweetheart and all of that.
I tell my kids that all the time.
But it's like somebody could be with somebody from 16 to 21. You like, oh, I was with this person for 5 years, 6 years. There's a difference between 16 to 21 and 23 to 27. Like, there's a difference. But y'all was together as pretty much as adults. It wasn't no kid. Y'all wasn't kids when y'all got together. So y'all are who y'all are at this point. But I was gonna tell a story. I ain't gonna say no names because, they probably listen, watch the show. But
nah. They gotta get heat too.
Nah. One of my men that got married, we was having a talk, and he told me, he was like, "Yo, once she does this, once she completes this, then I'm gonna propose." And I was like, "So if she don't complete that, you're not gonna marry her? You don't want to get married?" He's like, "Nah, but I want to wait." I was like, "Why though?" Because it's kind of sounding like if she don't do that, then
you're gonna change your mind.
Yeah, like you don't want to be with her. A month or two go by, he was like, "Yo, I got the ring." He was like, when we had that talk, it made me think like, yo, you're right. Like, no, whether she does that or not, I still want to marry her. He was using that as an excuse for himself to not do it. Like, oh, nah, once she do that, then I know it's for real. We good. He was just psyching himself out. And it seemed like that's what you're doing, honestly. It seemed like you're finding a reason. I'm on your side. But it seemed like you're finding a reason not to do it. You're looking for reasons not to do it.
I mean, it's not looking for reasons. It's not look. It's definitely not looking for reasons, because you look at, from the beginning to now, you know what I mean? You weigh everything with what you see and what you've been through. You go through, obviously, the bullshit that you've been through that you might have caused, or vice versa, just in any relationship. And you know what I mean? Like, man, you've been through that dirt with me. You know what I mean? You've been in the weeds with me. You was actually in the gym with me shooting shots. You know what I mean? So you deserve that. Is that something I definitely want? Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like I said, that has been on numerous occasions, a conversation between me and her. You know what I mean? So it's like, I know, you know what I mean, what's wanted, what the expectation is. It's just, for me, we just not there yet. I mean, I ain't in this relationship by myself.
No, but it may be there for her. Listen, marriage is, when you're choosing to get married, you're choosing, and this is why I got married at a young age. When I met Risa.
That ain't why you got married at a young age.
Why I got married?
You was about to go to the white man's war, and you ain't want.
It wasn't no war.
He was about to go to Vietnam.
It wasn't no war at that time.
His chip's named Anthony. I'm dead president.
Nah, but for real, when you get married, you have been with a person for whatever amount of time, and you tell yourself, this is my rider. Like, I can't see myself with nobody else or nobody else being there for me the way this person is there for me. That's why you get married. And you, a person like you, are living that life.
So you ain't just gonna keep saying that, though.
No, I'm just saying, because you made it personal.
It's like your 10th time, though, man.
You made it personal.
No, okay.
Like, you're living that life. Hold on. You're living that life. So for a person like you, I would say there's no reason not to just take that next step and that final step. It's a final step as far as titles, but it's never going to be the final step as far as relationships.
That sounds preaching out here.
And you're always going to have to work on your relationship, whether you're married or whether you're boyfriend or girlfriend. There's always going to be the arguments, the disagreements, the makeups, the breakups, or separations, whatever. That's going to be a part of it. So that's always going to continue to happen, whether you have that title or not. But if you're living that lifestyle, I don't see why not. Now, on the other hand, you have the ones who've been with their girlfriend for 5, 6, 7 years, and they still run the streets. Shit, nowadays, the girls still run the streets.
Oh, ain't like nowadays.
So
ain't nothing new.
Everybody got that.
So, that's a different situation. Either one party clearly ain't ready, or both parties clearly ain't ready. You know what I mean? But if you're in that stable relationship that been going on, especially you living together, and you have a kid or whatever the case may be, you're working on having a kid, whatever, you're living that life. It's nothing. It's truth be told, it's nothing but a title, but it's a self-respected title, and it's a feel-good title. You know what I mean? So why not take that next step?
Stop being scared.
That's all I'm going to say. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I just need chips from everybody on this screen. Mm-hmm.
Bro, listen, you do it how you can do it, bro.
Listen, man. My baby know I love her. She know I love her to the end of the moon and back. I'll do anything for her.
Let me tell you something. You go to one more wedding.
Mm. I think that's what it is. I done went to old school, in the country church weddings. We done went to, fancy, in the big castle weddings out in Long Island. Nightmare. We done went to a brunch wedding. We done went to a getaway wedding. There's just too much pressure out here. We done went to a wedding where the motherfucker rented out an entire theater. A fucking theater, and got married on the stage of a theater. I'm talking like they got plays and shit on there.
But you don't gotta worry. You don't gotta do all that though.
Man, listen, if I could go Chip's route, do it tomorrow. Nah, I'm bullshitting. That ain't that. Wouldn't even be able to get away with that.
Why not?
Word, you think that?
Y'all missed the part about me saying we've had conversations. Okay, I missed that part.
The dress, the destination.
Not even destination. I was like, you know what? This would be a real good idea. We could go there. We know everybody have fun.
Yo, just know this: it's all good hypothetically, but when budgets start being made, things start to change. All them ideas, things start to change.
Bridezilla. What budget?
Sound good.
No. I'm completely against it. I'm just saying. That's what it's gonna be.
But yeah, man. Stop being scared, man.
I don't know how this got directly at me, so fuck y'all.
Listen, before we end this topic, I'm gonna say this. Black men, stop being scared to take that step. That's the problem with us right now. The family aspect has died in our culture. Keep that family aspect alive. Get married, have your family, man. These kids raising up, being raised with baby mama drama and all that, baby daddy drama. That's part of the problem. Build that foundation and keep it strong, man. I'm all for marriage. Keep hope alive.
Oh, we should have a different talk at a later date.
On to the next topic, since this topic was just obviously about me.
Great question, Naima. I mean,
that's supposed to be my brother.
Yo, that was fire.
Nah, y'all ain't right. Y'all acting real different right
now. Yo, Naima was like, you know what? Risa got a good thing going. Let me ride.
Fire cool dirt. We jumping right into it. 3 new songs just brought to everybody's attention. First one is Future, Jumping on a Jet. What y'all think?
Not y'all. Pick somebody.
Well, I'll go, Pop. You can start it.
All right, I'm gonna say this before I judge it. It was better than I thought, but it's still dirt. Still dirt. But I thought it was gonna be worse than what it was.
He said, I thought it was gonna be under dirt, but it made it to dirt.
But yeah, I was actually surprised at how it was like I said, it just sounded better than I thought. But it ain't something I'm rocking out to. And it was mad short.
It was definitely only like 2.5 minutes.
Which is probably a good thing.
Chips?
Dirt.
PA?
Jumping out the jet. Dirt. Can't stand it. I don't like Future.
I can't stand it.
I don't like Future, man. Not at all.
Man, I say it was a cool dirt. It wasn't all the way dirt. The beat was popping. It was a cool dirt.
Yeah, it was a cool dirt. Yeah. Like I said, I thought it was going to be a different kind of dirt.
I said I thought it was going to be dirt, but it was... All right, second song, Post Malone, Wow. PH?
Son, PH called everything dirt, son.
It was alright. It was. I give it dirty cool. Because I'm not really. I like.
Said dirty cool.
It was dirty cool. Post Malone alright with me, man. But I give it dirty cool.
Chips?
Cool. It's a cool song. I can see myself liking it more and more as I listen to it, or listen to it repeatedly. It was a change of pace for him, for me at least. So I liked it. It was cool.
I agree with Chips 100%, but I hate that I agree with it because I don't like him. I don't like Post Malone as a person.
You don't like him as a person?
No.
Why?
Because he said some stupid shit like, if you wanna listen to, if you want like heartfelt music, like music that matters, you don't listen to hip hop. So after that, it just left a bad taste in my mouth. So I don't listen to him, but it was cool though.
I say it was cool as well.
But fuck you still.
Damn.
Third song, little bit of a change of pace. Wisin y Yandel. Guaya. Little bit of reggaeton for your asses. Get a little culture in you. I'm sure nobody understood what the fuck they were saying. Chips, you can start it.
It was fucking reggaeton. I don't know. I don't know if it's cool. Until it's playing on Hot 97 and it's reggaeton, I ain't gonna call it.
Son, if it's playing on Hot 97.
It's fucking reggaeton, man. It has a reggaeton beat. I don't know.
Son, they be blasting it on 97.9. So stop acting like that.
Well, I guess it's cool then. If fucking out there, shit. I don't know.
Well, I guess it's cool.
It ain't no Thabo Day. I don't know. You know what I mean? Until it's rocking like Thabo Day, I don't know what to tell you about it.
Oh man, what you think, Pop? What you got? You raised your hand.
Basura. That's what I think.
Sorry, sir. None of those are the options of Cool Dirt, sir.
Yo, what's the name of the song?
Basura.
No, what's the name of the song, really?
It's Guaya. Guaya.
I thought it was guava, like the mango. I don't know.
Yo. Oh my God.
What you got, PH?
I gave it a cool because I understand what they were saying and it kind of sounded all right. I said it was cool.
Yo, I need y'all to re-rate Light Skin Keisha. That shit is not dirt, man. Not dirt.
Sir, that shit.
No, it's not. No, it is not.
Yeah, you know what? I can pop that. I heard it a few more times.
Exactly. That shit is not dirt.
It's cool.
I think I turned to like MTV Jams by mistake, and that shit was on. I was like, gee.
You was like, nah, this shit alright. But
no way. I turned the channel so fast.
He said, I ain't gonna let nobody know this shit alright.
Damn, that Wisin and Yandel is fire.
Fire.
Fire. Y'all motherfuckers tripping. You gotta get a little culture in your life.
Yeah, you know what they were saying?
You gotta Google the lyrics. Google.
He don't even speak Spanish.
Google Translate.
He don't speak no
Stop
Spanish.
being an hater. Yes, I do. I speak a little bit.
Un poquito?
A little bit. Well, all right. Well, let me see what songs you come up with next week.
That ain't gonna be basura.
There ain't gonna be no reggaeton.
I bet you he got at least one dirt in there. I bet you.
But it ain't gonna be.
I don't pick songs that I like. I don't pick songs. I just pick.
That's right. I picked random too.
But
nah, you like guava.
It ain't gonna be.
Yeah, I like it because I listen to it. I definitely randomized it though. I just like, you know what? Let me go ahead and listen.
Get out of here, man.
Guava. Suavemente.
Yo, man, I done went from attacking me to attacking I'm out, man. Podcast done. We out. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Kelly, you a creep.
Bro, you're perfect. I deleted all my shit. Damn, damn you are, Kelly.
Yo, we out.
Yo, thanks for watching. Share, post, like, comment. Obviously,
I'm a winner.
we definitely want to hear your comments on your choice.
Do you have your passport? Do you want to come to America?
As always, we do it our way. We do it the Mizfitz way. You know, leave your comments. We'll holler. Jigga Kelly not guilty.
Nah,